Here we have a SAT math problem. Okay, let's go to the question. A juice mixture has a total volume of 125 liters and is 45% juice by volume. The mixture was created by mixing two different solutions, solution A and solution B. Solution A was 24% juice by volume. Solution B was at 64% juice by volume. The volume in liters of juice in solution A is equal to lowercase a. The volume in liters of juice in solution B is equal to lowercase b. The numbers A, B and P are all positive constants. If A is a P percentage less than B, what is the value of P? Round your answer to the nearest hundredth. Here we have a juice mixture which has a total volume of 125 liters, and this mixture was created by mixing two different solutions, solution A and solution B. Okay, now let me assume from solution A, it has been taken X number of liters. Then how many liters they would have taken from solution B? To know that, we have to subtract this X from the total volume 125. Then we get 125 negative X liters. Let me write over here. Okay, and also there is an information, solution A was 24% juice by volume. That is, in this X number of liters of solution A, 24% is juice. Now to find the number of liters of juice in this X liters of solution A, we have to calculate the 24% of this X. Okay, now let me write it over here, 24% of X. So this expression represents the number of liters of juice we have in solution A, that is given by the lowercase a according to the information we have. So we have A equals to 24% of X, and we can do some simplification over here. That is, we can convert this 24% to decimal, then I'm getting 0.24. And when we have OF of in math, it can be considered as multiplication, that is 0.24 times X. Now let me consider the other information, that is solution B was 64% juice. In this 125 negative X number of liters of solution B, 64% is juice. Now to find the number of liters of juice in this 125 negative X liters, we have to calculate 64% of this 125 negative X. Okay, let me write it over here, 64% of 125 negative X. This expression represents the number of liters of juice we have in solution B, that is given by the lowercase b according to the information we have over here. Then we have B equals to 64% of 125 negative X. And here we can write this 64% as a decimal, then we get 0.64. And for OF of, we can consider multiplication, then we have 0.64 times 125 negative X. Now let's consider the information we have over here, that is the juice mixture is of 45% juice by volume. That is, in this 125 liters of mixture, 45% is juice. Now to find the number of liters of juice in this 125 liters, I have to calculate 45% of this number. Okay, now let me do the calculation. That is 45% of 125, that is equal to, we can convert this one to decimal, then we get 0.45, and for OF of, we can consider multiplication, that is times 125. When I multiply these two values, I am getting 56.25. That is, in the mixture of 125 liters, 56.25 liters of juice we have. Okay, already we know that this lowercase a represents the number of liters of juice we have in solution A. This lowercase b represents the number of liters of juice we have in solution B. When we add them, that is equal to the number of liters of juice we have in the mixture. Just now we got it, that is 56.25 liters. Let me write it over here. Okay, already we got some stuff that is equal to A. Here it is 0.24x, and also for B we got the stuff that is over here. Now we can plug in this one and this one for A and B over here. Then we have 0.24x, a positive 0.64 times 125 negative x equals to 56.25. Now we have to solve for x in this equation. Okay, let me do it. 0.24x. We can distribute the 0.64 to this one and this one. Then I'm getting a positive 80 negative 0.64x equals to 56.25. Okay, now let's combine this positive 0.24x and negative 0.64x, and I'm getting negative 0.40x positive 80 equals to 56.25. Okay, now let me subtract 80 from both sides of this equation. Let me do it. When I do so, this positive 80, negative 80 will cancel out. Then I'm getting negative 0.40x. On the right side, when I simplify, I am getting negative 23.75. Okay, now let me divide both sides of this equation by negative 0.40. Let me do it. Here negative 0.40, negative 0.40 will cancel out. I am getting x on the left side. Here this negative will cancel out. When I divide 23.75 by 0.40, I am getting 59.375. Now we can plug in this value for x over here to get the value of a. Okay, when I plug in 59.375 for x and it is multiplied by 0.24, I am getting 14.25. Okay, here I got the value of a, that is a 14.25. Now we can plug in this value for a over here and solve for b in this equation. When I do so, I am getting b equals to 42. Okay, now I got the values of the constants a and b. Now we can use this information, that is a is a p percentage less than b to find the value of p. Okay, now let me erase the stuff and continue the problem. Now let's write this statement as an equation, that is that means a is equal to p percentage less than, that means we have to subtract p from 100 percentage times this stuff, that is b. Okay, here for a we can plug in this value 14.25 equals to, and we can write this percentage as a fraction, then we get 100 negative p divided by 100 times, and for b we have the value 42. Okay, now we have to solve for p in this equation. I think for this one we can go with Desmos. Okay, now let's go to Desmos graphing calculator. Here we have Desmos graphing calculator, and I want to solve for p in this equation. Whenever I want to solve this kind of implicit equations using Desmos, at the place of the unknown, I have to use either x or y, because Desmos will accept only x or y as unknown. Okay, here the unknown is p. At the place of p, we have to use x or y. If I use x at the place of p, then I have to consider the x-intercept of the graph to get the solution. In case I use y at the place of p, I have to consider the y-intercept of the graph to get the solution. Okay, now let me give this equation as input. Over here, that is 14.25 equals to 100 negative. Instead of p, I am taking x times 42 divided by 100. Okay, here I got the graph of the given equation. The x-intercept over here is 66.07143, 0. Now at this x-intercept, I have to consider the x-coordinate over here. So this is the solution for this equation. I mean, this is the value of x in this equation. Actually, we have taken x instead of p. So we can consider this one as value for p. But according to the instruction, we have to round this value to the nearest hundredth. When I round this value to the nearest hundredth, I am getting 66.07. Therefore, the value of p is about 66.07.